right, keep that energy going for the next comic, hailing from Seattle. You may have seen him on YouTube. Give it up to Duante Barnett. Woo!
How you doing? My name's Duante. It's spelled all fucked up though. Yeah, it's D-U-A-N-T-E. So I get everything from Duante to Duante. And you can get Dwayne once in a while, like the T silent and shit. Worst part for me though is when I go to a new job or the doctor's office, people really have the balls to ask me if I spelled my name right. I didn't graduate kindergarten and shit, right? But I think the worst part is I figured out my name's too ethnic for my resume. I got a master's degree, and the only calls I'll get for jobs are like liquor store manager, garbage man, security. So I decided to go by my middle name. It's Edward. Yeah, calls got way better. I got calls for like IT, financials, management. One problem. We get to the interview, they're looking for an Edward. And they got a Duante, if you know what I'm saying, right? And I know what you white people are thinking. We're the only ones with fucked up names. That's not true. Went to the doctor's office, read the girl's name tag. It was G-A-N-E-L-L. So I told her, that's a beautiful way to spell Janelle. And she was like, no, sir. My name's Gainel. Yeah, so I said like anal with a G, right? She's like, that's inappropriate. I was like, bitch, I'm just trying to remember your name, shit, right? And then like being mixed is weird, because like people mistake my culture all the time. Had a lady come up to me last week and she goes, aren't you one of those Samoas? I was like, no ma'am, not a Girl Scout cookie. If I'm a cultural cookie, I'm an Oreo, bitch, get it right, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Double stuff thanks to COVID. Anybody else know what I'm talking about? Shit. And even worse than that, I'm not just going gray and white and bald. I'm going orange and red too, right? It's like I'm turning into a calico cat and shit. Fuck. And I think the worst one though is I get called the wrong racial slur every time, right? Oh, that's not funny to you guys? It's got to be the right one, right? Like, I remember the first time I was called negative. It was my mom at a barbecue, and I was like, who brought this white woman? Shit. And then I was like, she's probably the one who brought the potato salad with the raisins in it, right? That hit home. She's like, oh, nah, the raisins are good. Fuck you, right? And then even worse than that, like I did my 23andMe to figure out what I was, and I gotta pause there. I'm tired of white girls doing their 23andMe. Yeah, I don't want to hear about how you're 5% black and that's why you got a big butt and you know how to dance, right? Actually, I'm kind of jealous. My black didn't kick in. I can't dance for shit, right? But don't worry, my white did. I got good credit, ladies. Shit, right? First Duante you've dated where you can put the car in his name, hey! But I got the results back and it's been fucking with my personal identity. This whole time I thought I was an angry black guy. Come to find out I'm 60% white. Yeah, I guess that means I'm an angry white guy and shit, right? Funny part is I try to go to one of their meetings. Yeah, they wouldn't let me in, sir. I was like, what the fuck? I had a sheet on and everything. I was like, how'd you guys know? Some guy at the door getting cussed out, talking about there's no T in Dwayne, you idiot. Shit. I think worse than that, though, is having racist grandparents. Oh, this is too soon for some of you, huh? I see. You talking about grandma? Yeah, all right. I mean, it's not my grandma's fault. She was born in the 30s and from South Dakota, right? But there was little things she did that let me know, right? So I had a Mexican girl over for Easter dinner one day. And she was like egging to ask her a question after dinner. And I was like, what's up? She's like, does your date want coffee? She's like, no. She's like, well, I thought all you people like coffee. And I'm like, Grandma, she's Mexican, not Colombian, you know what I'm saying? And then my dad's an asshole. He says, what are you gonna do, offer me some grape soda? She says, no, I don't have any. But I got some watermelon if you like it. And then she doubled down because she was a little pissed off and embarrassed at this point. And she was like, look, if your date would have been Asian, I wouldn't have offered her coffee. I'd have offered her tea. And I was like, damn, Grandma. On Easter, I know he died for your sins, but fuck, right? And then I worked some pretty shitty jobs. I remember I used to work at UPS. And I got a little risque one day. I pulled up to the lady's house and she was like, you got a big package for me? I was like, yes, ma'am. She's like, well, you want to bring it to the back door? I was like, well, shit, if that's how you like it, you know what I'm saying? And then she's like, actually, I got this little cubby hole up front. I was like, ma'am, I'm brown, won't fit. And then my worst job, I think, was as a referee. Yeah, for kids football and basketball. Fuck all you people in here. I've been cussed out by at least a couple of you. I know that, right? I'm mad she's over there like, probably, yeah. But it's not even you parents or the coaches. That's not the worst part of the job. You know what it is? You ever had a 9-year-old tell you to get your shit together? And I looked at my daughter like, you're a cheerleader. What are you talking about, right? And then at my last job, I worked in a ramen shop. And I hated that shit because I got heckled by a little kid one day. He was like, you speak Japanese? I'm like, no. He's like, why are you working at a Japanese restaurant then? I was like, fuck you, you little kid, shit. And then the worst part of the job is being black. I hated it when people asked me what my favorite dish was. Because it was the fried chicken. And I'd get upset because when I'd recommend it to people, they'd be surprised like it was good. And I was like, bitch, if the black guy tells you to try the fried chicken, probably try the fried chicken, fuck. And then I remember I liked to fight stereotypes. So I actually used to be an IT teacher for a while. And I don't quite fit that description if you can't tell, right? So my first week of class, my white students would heckle me. They'd say shit like the floor's been swept, the garbage been taken out. But don't worry, I found a way to get back at them. Since I have a master's degree, I tell all my white students to call me master. That's your Black History joke of the month, a little late, just like us, don't worry. For all the white people whose ass perked up and didn't like that joke, I'll give you a little history lesson. We didn't like it either. And then I was a pretty good college teacher, so I'd always get that same question. People would be like, why don't you teach high school or middle school or elementary school? I'm like, there's one reason. Yeah, it's quite simple. I like to fuck my students, and that's kind of frowned upon at those other institutions. Hey, they're community college students. They need extra credit to graduate. Fuck you guys, shit. But if you can't tell, I'm not really made for an office job. Yeah, everybody in Seattle's all passive-aggressive, and I'm more like aggressive-aggressive. Like, I won't do a subliminal Facebook post or email the boss when you piss me off. I'll just catch you by the Keurig and punch in the throat. And then not only that, but you always get a project with somebody you hate, right? And last time I had an office job, I got a project with Bob. Bob's a racist. Bob hates me. I hate Bob. Fuck Bob, right? Woo, right? Somebody was like, well, what are you going to do about that project? I was like, I'm not doing shit. And they're like, you're not worried about getting fired? I was like, no. I was the affirmative action hire. Bob better figure that shit out, right? Might be part of why Bob's mad. Totally different qualifications. Same fucking pay, right? I'm mad Bob back there is clapping, though. He looks like Bob. He's a good guy, though, I can tell. But the worst part I think about an office job is when you're a minority, you always do a potluck. There's always that one smart-ass coworker that wants to make an ethnic dish for you. And I'm like, I don't do that shit to you guys, right? I don't bring green bean casserole or stovetop stuffing to the event, right? But the worst part is the day of, Sarah will come up to me and she'll be like, you gotta try these greens. I bet you they're better than your mom's. Yeah, and I'm like, bitch, that's disrespectful. Yeah, my mom's white. Forgot about that part, huh? And then I remember my last job, instead of hanging out with all the old racist fucks, I decided to join Lady Gang at the office, right? Yeah, woo, right? And Megan was like, you know, there's a pledge week for Lady Gang. I was like, bitch, I was in a frat, let's do this, let's go, right? So I come in Monday, and Megan comes up to me, and she's like, grab your Starbucks cup, bitch. Meet me at the car. I was like, ooh, right? We get to the car, she's like, champagne and orange juice, motherfucker, it's Mimosa Monday! Now, I don't really drink, right? So I come in Tuesday hungover, and I'm like, I'm not sure if we can do this again. And she goes, oh, don't worry. Meet my friend Jose, it's Tequila Tuesday. Now I'm getting the hang of this, right? So I come in Wednesday, I go, what is it, White Claw Wednesdays? She goes, no, bitch, body's a temple. We drink water on Wednesdays. I was like, fuck. So I come in Thursday, I go, what is it, Thirsty Thursdays? She goes, no, we got some work to do. We got to finish the week. But don't worry, tomorrow's Friday, fireball, motherfucker! Now I done passed pledge week, right? So I come in the next Monday, I see that prick Bob, right? He walks by, I give him a little smack on the ass. He goes, woo! That's inappropriate. I said, oh, I know. But you did that to Susan last week. I'm part of Lady Gang now. So when you fuck with them, you fuck with me. Lady Gang, motherfucker! All the guys hate me, but the white elephant at work's amazing, right? I got a candle that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy and shit. What the fuck? Yeah, I didn't understand that either. Like, nobody wants a sea cucumber candle, right? With a little extra foreskin on the side to make it look real, right? Yeah, that was a dick joke. Sorry. But it's funny, I'm actually a jock nerd. Not sure if you guys know what that means. Oh, this is for you in the hat. This is your joke back there, buddy. I'm from West Seattle. That's actually a Crip neighborhood. But I like to keep it gangster in everything I do, but I'm also a nerd. So when I play Magic the Gathering, I only play with a blue deck. BK all day, bitches. Fuck your goblins, fuck your dwarves. It's all about water elementals. That's for the two nerds in here. Fuck everybody else. I really don't care. I do diverse comedy. I do it for everybody, okay? But I was also the football captain and a peer mediator. So you know what that meant? After I bullied you for your lunch money, we had to have a talk about why you didn't bring me enough. And then I went to an all-white school in Seattle for the most part, and I won biggest brown noser. Oh, y'all beat me to the fucking punchline, huh? So I don't know if they're mocking me or fucking racist or what, right? But you know what I'm really tired of? I'm tired of people comparing pets to kids. God damn, we got a lot of pet owners in here, I see them. I don't mean farm animals, those aren't pets, you eat them, okay? But listen, I got 5 kids, right? And if my 3 or 4-year-old pisses or shits in your front yard, I'm a bad parent, right? And then not only that, but if I lose one or one dies, I can't go to PetSmart or Petco and get a new one. Can't just go to the pound, right? There's a whole form you gotta fill out. And then not only that, but you know this, you watch Get Out, we're black. They don't sell us whole, they only sell us in used parts. No, fuck, you seen that movie, he's cultured, I'll take it. But it's funny to me because, like, I was a single dad for a while, and I remember you gotta get them one of everything, right? Bed, clothes, shoes, presents, toys, all that shit, right? So when I first got my daughter, she's about 4 or 5, and I go to Target, and I'm walking around, I'm walking around and walking around. Finally, the lady comes up to me with attitudes, kind of like, "Can I help you, sir?" I was embarrassed. I didn't want to say what I wanted to say out loud, so I whispered it. It's like, "I'm looking for little girl panties." She was like, "Sir," and I was like, "No, I got a daughter. Here's a picture right here." And then I got mad. I actually got a little indignant. I was like, "Look, bitch, I've seen To Catch a Predator. They don't want them new. They want them used anyways, right?"
Just for drinks. Oh, no, I didn't know.
I'm mad. He's probably a father of daughters, too, and that's the funny part. But my daughter got a little bit older, right? And she's 13, and I went to the same Target, and I was walking around. The lady came up to me with attitude again. She's like, "How can I help you, sir?" I was like, "Well, my daughter's 13. She hit puberty. Needs some pads." And she's like, "Oh, that's easy. Same house condoms." I was like, "Bitch, I got 5 kids. I don't know where the fuck those are at either. Shit."
Yeah, we're gonna get
Like, this isn't the Where's Waldo contraceptives. Just tell me 9, 10, 12.
Okay.
And then I don't, you guys don't mind if I tell you a dark joke, do you? You're okay with that? Oh, you're gonna laugh though. I already know, we're buddies. I see over there Stone Cold Steve Austin. But I feel like when life's going bad, people always say anecdotal shit to cheer you up. You know what I'm talking about? Like, just because you have all your arms and legs doesn't mean life's going good, right? So I remember when everybody doesn't want to laugh, but I'm like, he's got a point. But I remember when my mom passed away, everybody wanted to cheer me up. They're like, "You should get a necklace or maybe some earrings, right? Or a little pendant made out of her ashes. That way you'll always have something on you that will remind you of her." And I was like, "Oh, that's sweet. You mean like these cigarette burn scars?" Best part is there's a tobacco usage history with these, because on the right hand, that's a Salem. That's a full menthol cigarette. And later, my mom became a classy lady, so on my left hand, it's a Virginia Slim. And don't worry, you guys, if this joke's too dark for you, I did get my revenge. Because when she died, I had the bitch cremated. Yeah, who's the ashtray now, Mom? Yeah, I think I got the better bird out of that one, didn't I? Shit! Hey, hold on. Best part though, first time I told that joke, the guy in the front row, he laughed, he cried, he rubbed the scar on his forehead, and he was like, "I miss you, Dad." Oh, we'll have some fun. So I remember when the Black Panther movie came out, it was really inspirational for me. Because it was like the first time you saw a black superhero, right? And so I started thinking about it, I was like, well, what if all the superheroes were black, right? Like, think about it. What if Aquaman was black? Yeah, he wouldn't be Aquaman no more, right? Because we know niggas don't know how to swim, right? Shit. These people are like the guy who stands from the beach and yells, man, right? And then we don't save white people either, so he's just been like, "You should have read that sign." And he's like, "I can't even read, it's a character, so y'all should have figured this shit out, right?" A white guy can't do these jokes, so 60% of the time I get in trouble. I'm just let you know, okay? And then I thought about, what if Flash was black?
He would be faster.
Nah, he wouldn't be the Flash. He'd just be a nigga named Tyrone from Compton, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure a lot of you racists would be like, "That proves it. I told you they had that extra twitch muscle," right? And for all you football fans, Mel Kiper had him going first round of the Raiders. I know how this works, right? And then think about it. What if Hulk was black? Yeah, he wouldn't even be fucking Bruce Banner. He'd be pissed off from racism all the time. Walking across the street like, "Bitch, you didn't have to lock your door. Ooh, Hulk smash!" And then last but not least, what if Wonder Woman was black? Yeah, she wouldn't have the lasso of truth. She'd have the double dutch of truth. And you white people would be screwed, because we know you don't tell the truth, and you can't jump rope. Ah! She's like, I'm from Crenshaw. I know how to jump rope. Fuck you. I have black friends, right? But I go by SuitMan Productions. I do a show called Def Comedy Jam. Any of you guys ever heard of Def Comedy Jam? Make some noise.
Yeah.
I don't think you're hearing me. Mine's DEAF. We translate comedy for deaf people. Oh, here's the fucked up part. I actually got trolled by the deaf community for doing the show. And I told them I was half deaf. And they're like, that's not deaf enough. I know, right? I was like, bitch, I'm mixed. I've been proving how black or white I am. Not proving how deaf I am too, right? But funny part is I found out I was Asperger's. And my mom's response wasn't the best. She was like, so you're calling him retarded? And they're like, man, you can't call him that. And I was like, yeah, but she still calls me a nigga though. That's called a callback. That's called a callback. But I'll end on this. I used to be married. Oh fuck, I done did like 35, 40 fucking minutes. My bad. I used to be married. I had that usual son-in-law, mother-in-law relationship. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, where she hates you and you hate her. But I found a common ground with mine. She likes spirit animals. So I told her she's the new one. It's a hybrid. Part cheetah, part puma. Yeah, I told her she's a puta. So for all you white ladies, stop going to Puerto Vallarta and cheers to your putas. Means bitch, okay? But I think I told you I got divorced a couple years back and I got on the Tinders and all that. And it was weird. Cause like I like to play cribbage and pinochle and shit. And I had ladies matching me to date their grandmas and shit. And at first I was like, this is fucking weird. Then my buddy hit me to some game. He was like, one big bang, one big check. I was like, all right. And then I told that joke over in Idaho and Boise, and they got all offended. And I was like, look, if your grandma can vote for Obama, she can take some black dick too, shit. I mean, back in her day, it was 2 dicks for 1, right? I mean, we only had, oh, sorry. Amanda laughed it so hard at that, too. But it was funny though, because when I got on the dating scene, I went to one of these young girls and I was like, what's up? You know, I was thinking, and I was being an asshole, and I was like, you know, we call old white women, we call them cougars, right? So I figured, well, we call all the other old black women, right? So I figured we call old black women, we can call them pumas, right? Asian women, right? Japanese women, we'll call them snow leopards, right? East Indian women, we'll call them Bengal tigers, right? Little geography, zoology joke for you guys. Okay. But I didn't want to be sexist, right? So I wanted to find out what they call the old guys, right? So I asked the young girl, I said, what do you call old black guys? She was like, sugar daddy. Like, okay, I've heard that before. It's like, well, what do you call old white guys? She was like, Hollywood directors. I was like, well, I'm mixed. What do you call old mixed guys? She said, well, we call you old circus lions. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, you got a balding mane, you only know a trick or two, and your balls sag. I was like, bitch, give me my drink back. I'll end on that. My name's Duante Barnett. Thank you for having me, Wagon Wheel. Give it up for your host, Blake!
Duante Barnett, everybody, hell yeah! Follow on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, look him up.